Clear for genital herpes symptoms. Now available at CVS, Amazon, and Target.com.
President Trump slams Joe Biden.
And by the way, there's a correlation between women who find Trump and Don Jr. sexy and women who have genital herpes. I'm just saying, you know, it's a feature, not a bug to them.
There's hope as he.
Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Is this the... I've never seen anyone with a face that tells me they love their job so much.
The great people of our country, this is a very sad day.
For the great people of our country, this is a very sad day.
September 11th represents great sorrow for our country. Many things were displayed that day, including, most importantly, the bravery of our police, fire, and first responders of every kind.
Yeah, fire responders are the best. Police, fire, and first responders. Yeah, the police were great. The first responders were great. And the fire.
The job they did was truly unbelievable.
Well, no, it was very believable. It was heart-wrenching. It was heroic. Unbelievable is a bullshit phrase. But you can't compliment somebody else, can you, you fuck? It was heroic. I couldn't watch like any of the stuff, even later on in the day when I, you know, my DVR had recorded some stuff from the morning on it, and that I set up for when I'm doing radio and stuff in case I need to watch it later, so that anything that was on while I was on, if I want to see it, and it recorded the ABC morning thing about it, and it was just, I'd watch like 20 seconds and start tearing up at the bravery of the first responders, but also the individuals around them trying to help them out when they got overwhelmed. It was truly beautiful, and it was gut-wrenching, and it was heroic. That's how you describe it. It's not hard. Unbelievable. I would never do that. That's why he thinks it's unbelievable, because he wouldn't do that. Can you believe people would do that? That's why. Republicans don't realize Trump finished with the worst numbers in the past 150 years. This is true.
Of them, and we thank them. It is also a sad time.
Why'd you have to do an edit there?
We thank them. It is also a sad time for the way our war on those that did such harm to our country ended last week.
Our war on those who did our country such harm ended last week. The Taliban didn't attack us on 9/11, you dumb fuck. And our war against Osama bin Laden and the remnants of Al-Qaeda ended 10 years ago. Fucking gibberish. Okay.
The loss of 13 great warriors and the many more who were wounded should never have happened. Overall, 250 people were killed in Afghanistan last week, and so many more were seriously injured. We had $85 billion of the finest and most sophisticated military equipment
Bullshit.
taken from us without even a shot.
That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. He is lying about our soldiers right now. Never mind what he feels about Biden. Biden was thousands of miles away in the White House. You know, they were and at Camp David dealing with a lot of this stuff back and forth, talking to military leaders, the Pentagon and stuff like that. But our soldiers were on the fucking ground. They threw thermite grenades in a lot of these things. They took off all the guns. They took away their ability to fly. They intentionally removed parts of aircraft and helicopters so that they wouldn't fly, but you might think you could get them off the ground, but they won't come back down again. They did all kinds of shit. And to say they didn't, without saying they didn't even fire a shot, is such a slam on our military personnel and the men and women who did that, especially the ones who were helping with the evacuation, who literally 6,000 troops sent there to get people out. That was their mission. And on their way out, they did destroy a shit ton of garbage. Like, they shredded so much of, I showed articles, but they shredded so much shit that the scrap dealers were angry. I am sick and I'm like, I don't count myself as like a jingoistic, patriotic kind of person. I don't rattle a lot of my patriotism or my belief in this country too heavily, I don't think. Certainly not to a sales level. But this is fucked up. This is straight up just shitting on the military that took care of the evacuation and that were serving there honorably. This is just a lie.
Fired. The leader of our country was made to look like a fool, and that can never be allowed to happen.
Oh, you mean the guy who served last time who made a deal with these fuckers? Like that guy? Well, it's okay. He's not the leader anymore. He's just some sad fuck who calls boxing commentary, I think, for a living. He's a microblogger. That's right.
Bad planning, incredible weakness, and leaders who truly didn't understand what was happening.
Oh, yeah? What was happening? Explain it. Tell them what's happening. I mean, this would be one of those times where, like when I'm doing the show, I would prattle off 4 or 5 facts that show you the ethical position I have and my decision-making ability with the information I have available or that I've singled out as being particularly important or germane to the circumstance. That's how you do it. These guys look like fool because right? I do that shit all the time. I can look up an article in 2 seconds half the time, just kind of like Googling it to show you guys where my thinking comes from. And you can judge me based on that. That's totally fine. You can say that I'm making the wrong decision. You can say that I'm drawing the wrong conclusion from these things. But at least I roll it up. But this is like, what they did was unbelievable. And what he did was embarrassing. And what they did was, I would have totally, fuck off, you stooge.
It's the 20th year of this war and should have been a year of victory and honor and strength. Instead,
oh, we should have stayed.
Joe Biden and his inept administration surrendered in defeat. We will live on, but sadly, our country...
We will live on, but sadly, what?
...will be wounded for a long period of time.
Why? Why the fuck will we be wounded for a long period of time because we finally ended the war? We'll be wounded for a long period of time because we stayed there for 20 fucking years. This is just a weird... I don't even get that. Yes, this is his 9/11 memorial speech. This is the statement about on 9/11 that he put out.
We will struggle to recover from the embarrassment this incompetence has caused.
Oh, you mean the guy who let out the leader of the Taliban and 5,000 Taliban fighters and didn't get anything for it?
Fear, however, America will be made great again.
Want to see more?
No, I don't.